Hey guys, today you're going to learn about this aisle at the grocery store. When you see that organic sign, what are you really paying for? So there's a chemistry definition of organic, and there's two different kinds of organic things. We can have things called hydrocarbons, and what a hydrocarbon means is that we have the elements carbon and hydrogen only. So the hydro in there refers to the hydrogen, and the carbon obviously means the carbon. So hydrocarbons are things that you run across in your everyday life, like propane, which is the stuff we use in a grill, butane, like the little butane lighters, and octane. This is what we put into our cars. So the next time you go to the gas station, look for the word octane. Now there are other kinds of organic things where it still has carbon and hydrogen, but it can have other elements like oxygen or nitrogen or sulfur. Examples of things like that are alcohol, yes, like the drinking kind and the kind that the doctors use to clean your arm off before you get a shot. TNT, which is explosive, it is organic. Caffeine, the deliciousness in our coffee, it makes us awake, that's organic. Nicotine is one of the terrible chemicals in cigarettes. That is organic. Glucose is the sugar that we eat. Maybe you remember that from bio. All of these things are organic. So really all organic means is that it has to have carbon and hydrogen in it. So anything that's organic just means that it has carbon and hydrogen in it. It does not mean that it is healthy for you. Alcohol is terrible for you. TNT is explosive and awful. Caffeine and nicotine and glucose are organic, not good for you. It just means that it has carbon and hydrogen in it. That's all that that definition really implies. We use these organic compounds a lot every day in our life. So pharmacy means medicine. Right? When you're sick, you go to the pharmacy, they give you medicine. A lot of those medicines are organic. So things like aspirin, vitamins, insulin, that's what people take when they are diabetic. Your body makes it naturally unless you are diabetic. Those are all organic compounds. Again, all it means is that they have carbon and hydrogen in them. Industry means things like factories, where things that we buy are made. So factories run on fuels, which are organic. So if you've ever heard of fossil fuels, which are terrible for the environment, but they are organic. They contain carbon and hydrogen. We burn them, and they run the machines that make all of the stuff that we like to buy. Polymers is the last category. Poly means many, and so this is just a long chain. So a polymer might be like a whole long chain of tons and tons and tons of carbons and hydrogens. That's a polymer. So there are two types. Polymers can be synthetic or natural. If a polymer is synthetic, it doesn't mean fake. It means that it was man-made, that someone sat down in a laboratory in a factory and they deliberately produced this polymer. So things like that are plastics, which are everywhere, our water bottles, our shoes, right? And then nylon, which is in a lot of our clothes. Those are polymers. They're really long chains of carbons and hydrogens, and they came from somebody actually sitting down and making them. Now a natural polymer means that it was made by nature. So some sort of living thing, either you or a plant or an animal, you made that polymer in your body. You have a whole bunch in your body right now. If you think back to bio, you learned about things like DNA and proteins. Those are polymers because they have long chains of carbons and hydrogens in them. So it's a little bit of a different organic definition than you're used to, but the point of this whole page, C's and H's, that's all organic means.